8 years ago, 10-year-old me would have boasted not only about the sport of lacrosse, but also about the good and right people that played the game at the college level and beyond. However, gradually as the game grew, I watched the sport I love become a platform for, according to Grant Preston of Inside Lacrosse, the bro culture. The bro culture, although it seems harmless in its cool lingo and very strange style, tends to reinforce a very negative stereotype for lacrosse players. A stereotype, according to Ferrante, is a simplistic generalization about categories that are applied to anyone in those categories. The Lax Bro stereotype, evolved only in the last few years, is destructive to the game of lacrosse, according to Preston, and creates, based on information we learned from Peaks Me's, a single story. The Lax Bro culture is most destructive toward young athletes in search of positive role models in the sport they love. Little do kids or parents know they are modeling, through the use of Lax Bro attire, a stereotype that is characteristic of destructive behavior later in college life through the mass abuse of drugs and alcohol, according to the NCAA. Based on information we learned in Peaks Me's class, Marx's false consciousness applies to these parents being entirely unaware that they are outfitting their children with an incredibly negative stereotype. Globally, the negative stereotype of lacrosse players is not seen in other areas. Lacrosse is still a developing sport in most countries but the United States and Canada, resulting in a fascination and respect for the sport that our country once had, as seen in this photo of the Uganda national team. Our country can learn from others to regain such a respect for the game that originated here.